What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a fucking Q&A, alright? I've been saying I'm going to do one of these for a very long time, and I'm finally now getting around to it. So if you guys want to ask questions for future Q&As, I'm going to be doing it exclusively through Instagram now. My Instagram will be linked in the description of this video. Go follow me. Keep an eye out for my stories. I post on my story whenever I'm asking questions. I use the little question sticker, and then you can ask away. Say whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. But either way, without further ado, drop a like if you do enjoy. Let's dive right into it. So, question 1 here from the Demented Potato. Teeth for pubes or pubes for teeth? And I find this to be a very easy question. Teeth for pubes, 100% for sure, because not only do you not have to shave any longer, right? Shaving pubes sucks, especially shaving your nuts. It's kind of a problem. It's a pretty big nightmare because I feel that the soft skin of the nut, it folds in a lot where the hair is, like where, you know what I mean? So it's very hard to get a precise shave. You'll always find those lingering nuts, those lingering hair on your nuts, and it's not fun, So it would be very nice to just have that alleviated. And also, on top of that, you're knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone, because since you have teeth going, around your dick, that means that your dick effectively is coming out of a second mouth on your body, right? Which means that when you're fucking, you're also eating pussy at the same time, right? If you're balls deep, if you're all the way in there, you're eating pussy at the same time because your teeth are on there. And I don't think any woman could ever debate that fact with me, right? So 110% teeth for pubes, because I can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. And if there's ever a girl who I don't want to eat out, I can do it, but not have to taste it. And that sometimes that's a pro, I mean, sometimes it tastes great, but sometimes that's just a big pro. But either way, thank you for the question there. Next question from Zephyr's, biggest titty you ever sucked? I know the answer to this one off the top of my head. D. Just a solid D cup. Nothing too crazy, all right? Nothing too big, nothing too wild out there. Just a solid D cup, And I'll tell you right now, that's, in my opinion, the perfect size, C to D range, right? Because, don't get me wrong. I love a big set of knockers, but also you got to have some moderation, and you gotta be able to have some flexibility. And I feel a large set of knockers really limits your mobility. Whereas, a chick with a nice firm set of C's or D's, they're still big and they're still great, but they're not massive, they're not just too big to handle. It's you can still function with them, have a lot of versatility, if you will. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. Thank you for that, Zephyrs. Next question from Pay to Win. How has being a YouTuber changed your life? Interesting question. I feel like I've probably answered this before a long time ago, but I guess I'll update my answer now that I'm growing a little faster. This is pretty much completely 180'd my life, right? Because this is not only my job, but this is my pastime. This is really all I put my time into, right? It's either gaming or this, and those 2 things are intertwined, right? So, it's really fucking awesome to be able to sit here and play games and talk a bunch of shit on my microphone and not only have fun doing it, but be able to make a living doing it. I think that's fucking awesome. And I get a million comments every single time I mention something about making a living, being like, how do you make a living with only 10 subscribers? How do you make a living with only 30K, with only 49K? Motherfuckers, subscribers don't mean shit. It's all in the view duration and how many ads they see, all right? That's some YouTuber insider info. You don't get paid for subscriptions. It means nothing. So either way, it doesn't mean nothing, all right? Don't go and unsub, all right? Hey, don't take that the wrong way, all right? All right? Listen, hey, don't tweak right now, all right? But either way, thank you for that question. Pay to Win. Next question from David Graves. What was your favorite drug of all time, and what is your current favorite drug? In terms of my favorite drug of all time, not taking into consideration the cons, just purely how I felt while I was on it, for sure, acid, 110%. 110%. Because acid, excluding all the negatives about it, just purely based on my experience with it, I fucking loved that shit, right? And those of you guys who have been around for a while, you know that acid was my primary drug of choice. It was what I liked the most, besides weed, which I don't really even consider a drug nowadays. But nevertheless, acid was definitely my top of the charts. It was always my go-to, and I just wanted to chill out and know that I was going to have a solid day. Like, as long as I just loved how if you were in the right mindset, it would only make your day better. That's what I really dug about it. But either way, hey, don't get any fucking ideas, kids, all right? You didn't hear that. Next question from Bingham Bags. Favorite kind of porn? Lately, my tastes have kind of changed. I'm going to be straightforward. I'm a cultured man. Mandy Muse is one of the best porn stars in the game, all right? Great looks on her. Phenomenal cheeks. However, lately, I've been navigating myself to the amateur section on Pornhub. And let me tell you, some of those amateurs put some real quality effort into their content. Like, they got the angles. Like, these motherfuckers think of all the shit you want to see, None of that studio quality bullshit, just some straight fucking, and that's a good thing. That's a pro in my book in the the category of porn. So lately I've been a more cultured man, a more amateur kind of man, if you will. So either way, thank you for that question, Bingham Bags. And next question from Cribby. Would you ever get fucked up, stoned/wasted with a viewer? I get this question all the time, and I figure I just kind of have to answer it every now and then to keep people up to date. The only time that I really do this is when I'm traveling, and I definitely have covered this in prior videos, specifically for those of you guys who have watched my Mansion series. When I went out to Boston, I picked up weed off a subscriber, let him come in the house, party with us for the night. It was a fun time. And besides that, I don't think I've, met up with a subscriber with the sole intent of smoking. I have homies who are also subscribers, but that doesn't really count. I view that as solely people who subscribed before they met me, So in terms of that, I don't think I've ever done it. And I mean, it's not something I go out of my way to do, right? I just, y'all might get a little offended, but I don't fucking know any of you guys, all right? And when you make videos of this genre, I'm not a gaming channel, I'm a fucking drug channel. I have a crack video. So naturally, my videos attract a little bit of a more seedy crowd, if you will, right? And not necessarily, a kind of audience, hey, no shit to you guys, all right? But it's not necessarily the kind of, people that I want to, just go link up with and encourage them to continue doing what they're doing, right? I make these videos for informational purposes, and the majority of you guys, I'm sure, are under 18, right? I know a lot of you guys are probably older than me, but there's also the majority of my viewers are young and high school kids, right? And I would feel like a fucking weirdo going and smoking a blunt and getting drunk with a bunch of 15-year-olds. I would just feel like a fucking loser at that point, I'm 19. I'm that would just feel ridiculous, that's not something I would really do. So either way, thank you for that question, Cribby. Next question here from 510 and Wholesome. What is something that you wish you knew in school? I would say probably that grades don't matter nearly as much as teachers tell you, as long as you have a proper work ethic, right? Because it's 2018, the internet exists, and self-employment is a very, very real thing nowadays, right? It's not just some pipe dream shit, working from home. 20 years ago, self-employment was a meme. It was you either started a big business or it's go fuck yourself. But now, there's kids who just sit in their basement and play video games all day and make 6 figures a year, There's motherfuckers who just sit on Call of Duty all day and, double what my parents earn, So, it's a very different kind of world nowadays. And they, a lot of schools just kind of drill it into your head that, oh, yeah, dog, if you don't go to college, you're fucked, buddy. When, in reality, a lot of degrees nowadays are starting to become not really worth it because student loans and tuition costs are fucking ridiculous. And for your first 10 years at least out of college, unless you go into a field like neuroscience or, something with medicine, which typically pays well, you're going to be drowning in debt for your first 10 years out of college. So, especially your first couple years out of college, if you decide to live on your own and you're still paying off your 80 fucking grand in student loans, whatever ridiculous amount you have, you're going to be fucked. My cousin right now, she was in a nursing program. She dropped out of it because she couldn't afford it because she spent an idiot and she took out $80K in loans and then blew it all in the first couple years of college on partying and shit. So she had to drop out of college, right? Or drop out of the nursing program. She's still in school. But she's just drowning in debt and trying to she works full time at Target to pay off her debt while she's in college, right? That doesn't sound like a good life to me. Like that, to some people that's what you want to do, but to me, it's like not a fulfilling path in my opinion. So either way, that's what I wish they taught me in school, that you don't have to get banger ass grades. Final question here from Mason Derulo. Who would win a grizzly bear or a silverback gorilla? This is the worst question I've ever gotten, dog. A fucking silverback gorilla would smack the shit out of a grizzly bear. Are you kidding me? Do you have any idea how strong a fucking silverback gorilla is? Like, they would clap the shit out of that bear. What's the bear gonna do? Bite him? Like, what? He can't like punch him. What's he gonna do? Swipe at him? That fucking gorilla is probably strong enough to pick up that bear and just whip him like a frisbee, dog. Like, maybe not literally, but I wouldn't be surprised if I saw it happen. It's like I don't think it could happen, but if I saw like a video where I saw a gorilla in the wild just whip a bear, I wouldn't really ask any questions. Like, silverback gorillas are fucking swole as shit. They're all roid ragers. They're jacked as fuck. So 100% my money's on the gorilla, and anybody can debate me on this topic because you're misinformed and you're fucking wrong. The gorilla's gonna win. But either way, that is all my questions for today. Hope you guys did enjoy this Q&A. Drop a like if you did. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and ask me more questions whenever I post my stories on there. Keep an eye out for those. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.